The smell hit me before the words did. Not perfume. Not her. Cologne sharp, expensive, unfamiliar, clinging to her coat like a confession that didn't know it was confessing yet. She was talking, explaining something small. Groceries, traffic, a delayed meeting. Her mouth moved with practiced ease. I watched the lie assemble itself in real time. My phone vibrated. An email notification. From her. Why are you always accusing me? I love you. I didn't open it. I already knew what it said. She'd learned to weaponize tenderness. Wrap guilt in affection. 18 months of it compressed into a single breath. I looked at her hands. Calm, steady, no tremor. A professional liar's hands. The room felt staged, like a set built for someone else's story. I nodded when I was supposed to, smiled when expected. Inside, something rearranged itself, not shattered, aligned. That was the moment I stopped being her partner and became her audience. And audiences remember everything. It didn't arrive as certainty, it crept. A missed call she didn't return. A calendar entry marked client that repeated too often. Emails where affection felt rehearsed. She blamed me with elegance. You're distant. You don't trust me. You're projecting. I accepted every accusation publicly. Privately, I archived them. Denial is loud. Realization is silent. I started noticing absences. Not where she went, but where she wasn't. Moments that should have held weight, but felt hollow. And always the cologne. Different days. Same note. She spoke about loyalty, like a brand value. Spoke about honesty, like a favor she granted. At night, beside her breathing body, I counted months backward. Found gaps. Found overlaps. 18 months doesn't happen by accident. It requires planning. That's when it stopped being pain and started becoming information. I did nothing that would alert her. No questions. No late-night confrontations. No emotional leakage. I became efficient. Phone records don't lie when you stop asking them politely. Neither do shared cloud backups, forgotten drafts, deleted calendars that still echo on servers. I hired no one at first. I watched. Patterns form when you give them space. Her tone changed depending on who she thought was listening. Her posture shifted before certain calls. Her emails grew colder at home, warmer elsewhere. When I was sure, I built the quietest army possible. An auditor who specialized in professional misconduct. A compliance consultant who dismantled reputations without raising his voice. A legal analyst who loved timelines more than people. They didn't ask why. I didn't explain. They found the other man easily. People who believe they're clever leave signatures. Shared hotels billed to business development. Non-disclosure agreements that protected nothing. Emails that crossed ethical lines with confidence. 2 careers intertwined by secrecy. 2 empires balanced on silence. At home, I kissed her goodbye every morning. She told me she loved me every night. I logged everything. The final report arrived on a Tuesday. No drama. Just facts, arranged beautifully. Dates, places, financial overlaps, policy violations. I invited her to dinner. I slid the folder across the table like a receipt. She didn't open it at first. She already knew. "What's this?" she asked. I didn't answer. When she finally looked, the color drained from her face in layers. Shock. Calculation. Fear. She cried. Of course she did. Not for me. For herself. I watched the performance with clinical interest. 18 months of practice, undone by documentation. I felt nothing resembling rage, only confirmation. I didn't threaten her. I informed her. Her company had been notified. So had his. Regulators don't care about love stories. They care about breaches. Clients had questions. Boards had concerns. Resignations followed. Quiet ones. Public statements followed later. Vague ones. She begged. Not for forgiveness. For timing. I told her the truth she never expected. I knew for a long time. That's when she broke. Not because she'd been caught, but because she'd never been in control. I left the apartment key on the table. Walked out while she was still explaining herself. Revenge doesn't need volume. It needs precision. I don't check her messages anymore. I don't need updates on their fallout. What I took wasn't revenge. It was authorship. I reclaimed the narrative she tried to overwrite. Betrayal teaches you one permanent lesson. Love without truth is just surveillance. I no longer miss her. I miss the version of myself that trusted without strategy. That man is gone. And I didn't lose him. I replaced him